In my last video, we got started on poster concepts and made the prototype figurine of my most beloved character, Sprinkles, in his crusty, crispy glory. That prototype helped me understand that the type of paint I was using wasn't going to work on this material. It was peeling, it was crusting, even sealing it wouldn't help the paint stick or make the surface feel any smoother. I also realised I wanted a bit of depth to the eyes and Sprinkles, with the prototype just having bits of clay stuck to it, so I fixed up the 3D model, first fixing the error with the headphones where the cones would just go missing. Turns out it had a gap where the flat surface should be, so I simply just extruded the vertices and then merged them at the center, and it just solved it. I added the sprinkles and eyes, and while they look to be quite protruding, I know from my previous attempts with 3D models that they'll kind of shrink into the surface. I went through a bit of chaos with Blender crashing, and I almost had a breakdown thinking I'd have to add in and rotate every individual sprinkle to the model again. I also made a little mouth, but I'm not sure about it. So I'm going to be printing one mouthless and one with its mouth. I feel like it could definitely add a bit of dimension and be easier to spray paint, but it just looks a little bit too tacky. I also bought a beautiful little pink airbrush to experiment with softer painting. So far, I'm still getting the hang of it. I'm using older prototypes as the figurine for testers with painting, and I've discovered that the way the paint is applied to the model is really inconsistent. Sometimes it's too wet and drips down the figure, and other times it's a really nice thin coat. If I can sand the models down to be a little bit softer, I feel like the paint would definitely stick so much better. I may need to seal and gloss it first just so it sticks a bit nicer, but in all honesty, my method of learning is trial and effort again and again and again. I 3D printed miniature versions of the little figure with and without the mouth, and surprisingly, I really prefer it when the little mouth detail is there. The little addition of some depth really helps the figure look a lot nicer, and with some masking tape, airbrushing the model should be super easy. All I'm stuck on now is finding my sander and sandpaper. I'm getting kittens, and in a desperate attempt to stop them from eating and chewing on all of my dangerous and expensive equipment, I hid it in my new side room. But I've hidden them so well that I actually don't know where I put them all, so I can print as much as I want, but if I don't find my sander, the figures will be forever clumpy. Luckily, that's not all. If you watch the first part, you know that I already had my keychains made and that I was working on a poster. That poster is finished.